the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. In this game, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets going up against the Atlanta Hawks. Looking at the Hawks, a strong stretch of play for this team, winning 6 of their last 7. They're playing at a high level, no lack of confidence going into tonight's game. And the Atlanta Hawks losing some major talent over the last few seasons. You're talking about Horford, Millsap, Teague. Kenny, the rebuild is definitely on.
Well, it's hard to see fans struggle, watching their team. They're sitting there paying a lot of money, and things aren't getting the results that they want. But the youth movement was needed in Atlanta. They had to start over, and so these are the consequences.
This team already has a strong system in place. Most teams don't want to be stuck in the middle. I think, Ernie, that's why they hit that reset button.
That's it for us for now. We send you to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew.
Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Chris Webber and Greg Anthony with us. And from the sideline, we'll be hearing from David Aldridge. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami. And that one a tough loss, too. They ended down only 3 points.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
And that's what can happen on the road. You have to be aggressive and try to disrupt them out of their normal routine.
Well, Chris, some teams already realize a championship just is not going to be in their future this season. How should those kind of teams approach the rest of the season?
Give your best.
Right, yeah.
Give your all. We're competitors. This is the NBA, the greatest league in the world, the greatest basketball players assembled. And so, one, you have to respect the game. You have to respect the monotony. You have to respect the work. You have to respect the travel. And you have to be thankful, by the way. And when you put all that together, you go into your job and you do the best. Focus on getting better every day. And there's a good chance that you will.
And making sure that you give the fans what they're paying for.
Hey, that's what it's all about. If you don't entertain the fans, hey, something's wrong with you. If you can't have fun with 20,000 screaming fans and the kids with their popcorns and all the stuff going on, if you don't remember what it's about, Kev, you kind of lost your mojo already.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. And it's Prince outside at the 3 with Collins down at the power forward. Young and Bazemore team up in the backcourt. And it's Len in at the center filling out the middle.
And I think it's going to be crucial that Monk continues to work on his playmaking ability. When he's dribbling the ball like that, he is tough to stop.
Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 37-point game against Miami. Just 5 to shoot.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, James Borrego had a few minutes to share with me. He knows that they're going to be challenged when they go inside. He said the main thing they have to do is keep the ball moving and take the mid-range shot if it's there. Kevin, we'll see if they can make that work. Back to you.
David, thanks. Sounds like he's prepped his guys on how to handle this opposing defense.
And no surprise there, because they're facing a team that can win games with its defense. They are an aggressive bunch from the start.
Well, look, you can play with pace, you can play with speed, and still be patient. And that's what this team is going to have to do against this aggressive D. They can't force things. They've got to play smart and in control.
And I'll tell you, Trae Young, go big or go home. Always gives you 100%, as competitive as they come. And the young fella wants to win so badly, sometimes that emotion really comes out.
And that one falls for Young. And you know, Greg, it's amazing the impact Young makes, especially, of course, on the offensive end.
High-level shot maker, a threat the moment he crosses half court. Instinctive playmaker, just needs to play more within himself and avoid over-dribbling.
He hits both from the stripe.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player, excellent at the free throw line.
Young against Parker. Pass to Monk. Bridges kicks to Parker. Over Collins. That one wide left.
That's a nice defensive effort. Sticking right up on him. I mean, affecting the shot.
Young taking his time here. Atlanta again missing.
They've missed 3 of their first 4 shots, having a little trouble finding their legs.
Here's Bridges. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Poked away. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Here's Baker.
That's how you attack. Wow.
Attack the rim, baby. Move out the way.
And that was an Unleash Chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. So it's the Hornets now, after the basket by Atlanta. Monk, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Monk, no one around him. The rebound by Young.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And Bazemore kicks to Prince. Young dishes to Collins. Prince against Bridges. From 12 feet out. Offensive rebound. Len's shot is off.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Stolen by Len. The 9-foot shot. Bazemore gets the bucket. Bazemore's got 6. Here's Parker. Pass to Bridges. Inside. Can they get it? Shot's good by Hernan Gomez. Hernan Gomez has got his first basket of the night.
I love the fact that Bridges does a little bit of everything, including passing the ball.
Here's Bazemore. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Well, Greg, for Atlanta, it was out with the old and in with the new for the point guard position for the Hawks.
And Hawks were able to trade down and still get the guy they wanted in Young. See him as an impact guard to build around for the future. Had to move Schroeder to free up space for Young, but this team now has a clear core to build around.
And he knocks down the first one. In games that came down to 1 possession last season, Chris, the Hornets won 1 but lost 5.
Which is better than going winless in those games as they did the season before. But look, you have to have closers on your team, not just clutch players, but guys who can get their own shot against anyone.
And so Bazemore nails both of them. Hornets trail by 4. Out to the right wing. The shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. And a miss there on the triple.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Bazemore with it. 8 points for him. It's Young on the wing. Clock at 6. Prince in the corner. Hits it from 3-point range. Prince has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And the Hornets with possession here. They trail by 7. Parker with it. And Young picks him up defensively. Parker kicks to Hernan Gomez. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That's his first foul. Young against Parker. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Charlotte needs to get a shot up.
3 early turnovers, Kevin. He needs to regain his focus and start righting the ship.
Here's Prince. Got a hand on it.
He has the length to send shots back. I like seeing Bridges make his presence felt on this end.
Shots good by Hernan Gomez.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
It's Young on the wing. Len finds Young. Hornets trail by 5. To the inside. Stolen by Len. Young against Parker. Young passes to Prince. And here's Len. Now Young. With his average of more than 32 points a game, he's giving opponents nightmares with his firepower.
You got to give him credit for his confidence. I mean, he hasn't hit a single shot this quarter, but he still keeps firing.
Here's Monk. And he banks in the layup.
Anytime Monk gets room to shoot, especially inside, he's such a crafty guard who you want to see pulling the trigger from inside.
Now here's Bazemore. Misses the hole, and he's now 3 for 4. Bridges against Prince, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
How about the potential of Malik Monk? I mean, tremendous prospect. He's an excellent shooter from distance and should become more consistent as he improves his strength.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Biyombo is checked in for Hernan Gomez. Zeller comes in for Frank Kaminsky. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Bridges. And it's Batum in for Monk. And the shot goes in. And Monk, a dangerous scorer, but still has work to do, Chris, on the defensive end.
Well, some of it's his effort. I mean, some of it's his awareness. I mean, Monk's still learning what it takes to be a pro. He won't maximize his minutes until he's a factor on both ends of the court.
Young against Parker. And Young kicks to Anderson. Back to Young. Now, here's Dedmon. He's guarded closely. And they pick up 2.
You have to guard Young tight. You got to know he's thinking of shooting as soon as the ball hits his hands.
Now the pass to Batum. Biyombo trying to break free. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Carter kicks to Dedmon. Kidd-Gilchrist against Young.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And it's Parker with the ball, bringing it up for the Charlotte Hornets. It's a 3-point game. Outside for Batum. Shoots. That's good on the jump shot. Batum's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, Batum is just a crafty player. In pick and rolls, his decision-making is sublime.
And here's Carter. Last time out, he had 13 points. Now, here is Young.
He hasn't been very precise at all this quarter.
Batum against Carter. And Batum kicks to Parker. Over to the wing. Zeller dishes to Parker. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Carter on the wing. Pass to Young. Back to Carter. Young in the corner. The three-pointer is right on target.
And the touch Young has from beyond the arc, he is almost unguardable from there.
Batum scanning the floor. He gets that one. Batum's got 6.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Young inside, covered by Parker.
His shot's it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
1:39 left to play in the first. The game now all time. Parker's got his second bucket.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
It's Young on the wing. Now here's Dedmon, covered by Biyombo. Young's shot is off.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Zeller. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Does well to burrow his way into the post, but loses his touch on the finish.
Hakeny's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. The Hawks making a switch here. Atlanta's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Kicks to Dedmon. Hawks passing it around. Here's Young. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. 11 points in the game.
He's smart at using the screen there to just create space. Young, very reliable in that pick and roll.
And the call will be against Justin Anderson. That is his first foul of the game. .43 seconds left in the first. That shot, no good. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Young inside. He's against Parker. Shot's good from Young. And it's a 4-point Hawks lead. Parker against Young. Parker passes to Bacon. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his first personal foul.
Charlotte shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
Shooting 2, Dwayne Bacon.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Both shots good from the stripe. And Atlanta has possession. Here's Young. 13 points in the game.
He gets the shot he was looking for, and he just can't bury it.
Back right after this. You may not remember Vince Carter traded on draft night for his college teammate Antoine Jamison, but he talked about that crazy exchange.
So as I'm sitting back there, he's like, there's been a trade. You know, Toronto Raptors and Golden State make a trade for Antoine James and Vince Carter right there. So our families are sitting right next to each other. So they're fixing the hat, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, here's your hat. All right, give us that hat. Move forward. So it was just the weirdest thing.
The 5th and 6th picks in the draft, both of them went on to great careers.
And draft day trades happen all the time, but being traded for your college teammate, a pick apart, that's pretty unique.
That's his second personal.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And what do you guys think about the Hawks here in this one?
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Yeah, aggressive on D, efficient on offense. They've balled out to an early lead.
Cody Zeller out there with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Then there's Batum. Then there's Parker. And it's Bacon in at the small forward position. So that's who Charlotte starts the second with.
Oh, that was just a focal point for the Hornets last season, create more space on the offensive end. The result, they shot the ball really well from 3, but their efficiency inside the arc dropped dramatically.
He hits the second from the line. And looking at the Hornets offense, it's not like they shoot a lot of threes. They were just extremely accurate.
Well, Kevin, that's something they worked on in practice. I mean, taking good shots out on the perimeter. And for the younger guys, the shot just became more consistent. I mean, but ultimately, it couldn't save them in the win-loss column.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. They'll be off to Oklahoma City for a meeting with the Thunder after this one. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip.
Terrific effort there by Young, really all night. The defense has tried to make adjustments, but he's just stayed one step ahead of them.
Now here's Parker. Outside, Batum. Here's Bacon. That's tipped. Young against Parker. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Cody Zeller. And for Trae Young, it's a little unfair that he's already being compared to Steph Curry.
Scouts are always going to look for comparisons, and I'm not saying Young is Curry, but many of the strengths and weaknesses are similar. The size and athleticism, the insane range, and both have that it factor.
That free throw good from Young.
Just a bright young offensive talent. Young isn't shy about forcing the action, takes a lot of trips to the line.
And so Young nails them both. Well, in recent years, C-Web, players have flirted with quadruple doubles, but they're just so elusive. I mean, you've got to do a lot to get those kind of numbers.
Now, think about it. Embiid and Westbrook have both come close. Well, Westbrook comes close to anything with a double at the end of it. And Draymond Green, he missed once on points. So, you know, it's so hard to do. I just remember that Akeem the Dream Olajuwon did it, but you think about it. You're exerting so much energy, communication, and passion in that game. That's why it's so tough to do. And by the way, players are really good. So how are you going to get those 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 10 blocks?
Right, yeah.
Or whatever else you can get along with points. But, yeah, so elusive, yeah.
Anderson outside. Softly drops in the floater.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Parker kicks to Batum. Passes it to Bacon. And he comes up with the deuce. Bacon's got 5 points so far.
Well, when Batum, Kevin, spots a wide-open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
Herter, defended by Batum. Pass to Young. Over Zeller. Hornets with the rebound.
The movement and the shot selection are good there, but you can't hit them all.
They get the rebound. Parker outside. Bacon the pass to Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Kid Gilchrist has got the game tied up here for the Hornets. Atlanta's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Young dishes to Dedmon. Out left to the wing. Spellman. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Here's what the Atlanta Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Friday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors.
And that game against the Wizards, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Zeller. Frank Kaminsky comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Bridges, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Monks subbed in for Tony Parker. Atlanta also making some changes here. Collins checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Taurean Prince comes in for Anderson. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Young. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Yeah, another first-year head coach who came up through the ranks as an assistant. James Borrego had been an interim head coach for the Magic in 2015, but he was quickly told that the permanent job would not be his.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Hawks. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Hornets.
And the one thing that jumps out at me when you look at that shot chart is just how little scoring they get from out above the free throw line extended three-point range. They've got to get more points from out high if they want to improve their offense.
The Hawks making a switch here. Len's checked in. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And talking about Borrego leaving Orlando, and in some ways turned out to be a blessing.
Well, you're right, Kevin. I mean, he spent the next few years in San Antonio as an assistant to Popovich. His second stint as an assistant with the Spurs. The first time around, though, he was part of a 2-time championship team. This man has winning in his genes.
And Monk has proven that he is a terrific scorer from the perimeter. When he's in rhythm, he has no problem letting it fly.
Now here's Len. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Prince. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. For Charlotte, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Here's Bacon. He's got 5. Bridges kicks to Hernan Gomez. And the call will be against Alex Len. That is his first foul of the game. So it's the Hornets now. The pass to Kaminsky. Charlotte moving it around. Here's Monk. That 3 off the mark. The Hawks trailing. Herder misses off the left iron. Charlotte has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Bridges against Prince. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Taurean Prince.
Excels at driving to the basket. Bridges making the D get physical with him when he penetrates.
You know, watching Miles Bridges, he just brings so much energy to the team.
High motor guy, very aggressive. You know, a bit of a tweener, which in a positionless world could be a good thing. Explosive, strong, athletic. I think his best basketball is ahead of him.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. We've got so many young, exciting players in the NBA right now, Chris. When you think about the league's best player, the league MVP, in say 7 years, what names come to mind?
That's a great question. I mean, you'd have to think about guys like the Greek Freak.
Or even 5 years. It doesn't have to be that long.
Yeah, but just the potential. I know what you're saying there, Kevin. I mean, Embiid, Ben Simmons, the Greek Freak.
Tatum.
Wow.
I know.
It's just so. You can just go to all the young teams and say these guys are next. I mean, all you got to do is look at the rookie, sophomore, the phenom game and just close your eyes and pick any of those guys because you know that they're talent. But yeah, the Greek Freak, Anthony Davis, Embiid, I think those are all safe bets.
Here's Bacon. He has 5. Pass to Hernan Gomez. He kicks to Bridges. That shot, no good.
I'm not sure if the D bothered him or if he just lost concentration on that one, but that's a layup he should convert. He had 1 3-pointer in the first, but still searching for that second.
Passes it to Monk. Dishes to Bridges. Monk with the ball. 7 points in the game. Now Prince. "11 feet away." No good off the back of the rim. Charlotte in the lead. In the corner, it's Monk. And again, the Hornets missing. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Down low. Here's Len. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. For Charlotte, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And here is Bridges. Just 5 on the clock. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
An under-control player in close. Even when Bridges is under pressure, he just stays committed to his move.
Now here's Prince. 5 points in the game. Shoots over Bridges, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And it's 7 points for Taurean Prince. For Charlotte, they've gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Kicks it to Monk. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Monk's got the lead up to 3 now for Charlotte. Prince outside. Pass to Bazemore. Back to Prince. Over Kaminsky. And that one comes up a bit short.
Look, it hasn't happened yet, but he's got time to find his rhythm. And if he does, they can turn this thing around quick.
Now, here's Monk. He's covered by Bazemore.
Well, I mean, I think he better come up with some different ways to get his points tonight because the 3, not one of them, ain't working.
And there's the pass to Collins. And that one, good.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Pass to Bacon. One-on-one fast break. Here's Bazemore, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Some changes for Charlotte. Biyombo checks in for Hernan Gomez, and it's Batum in for Bacon. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Carter's checked in. That one is no good.
And the chance to take the lead gets away because of the miss.
Batum wide open. He fires. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
Well, in addition to Batum's solid perimeter shooting, he is also very efficient from the mid-range, dropping in these shots consistently.
Now here's Bazemore. D right on him. It's tipped. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Now here's Monk. He's coming off a 22-point game against Milwaukee. Here's Kaminsky. It's not going to go for him. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
But I like that they attacked those weaknesses. They made them pay for a lackluster effort.
And Batum kicks to Monk. Passes to Bridges. Now here's Monk. 4 on the shot clock. Buries the long-range jumper. Monk's got 12.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Carter on the wing, defended by Bridges. Here's the floater. One kicks to Carter. Herter, defended by Batum. A second chance effort. Batum grabs the miss. Hornets leading by 3. Here's Monk. From outside, off the mark. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Bazemore gets the bucket. We've got 1:08 left to play in the first half. And Batum kicks to Bridges. Pass to Kaminsky. Over Collins. Kaminsky misses.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I'd love to hear his explanation to Coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
Herter. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Oh, the floater's a tough shot, even when you're that close to the bucket.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Charlotte making some changes. Zeller, he's checked in for Frank Kaminsky. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Bridges. And Parker subbed in for Monk. The Hornets trail to the right side. Parker finds Biyombo. The Hawks making a switch here. Young's checked in.
Now into the lineup for the Hawks. Trey.
We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 5. Parker passes to Biyombo, and it's good on the assist by Parker.
Yeah, and that's what you want from your point guard. Parker distributing the ball wonderfully on that possession.
Young against Parker. Carter right side. Over Batum. No good on the last second attempt there.
Oh, just terrific D from Batum. So great at reading shooters and when they're about to rise up.
Back to the action after this word.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. They battled hard in the second quarter, and it was reflected on the scoreboard. Shaq, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting a timely rebound really lifted them. The strong work on the glass is key because that's how you string together a series of big stops.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Atlanta.
Well, they made a concerted effort to get out on the fast breaks. Dunks, alley-oop, run the lanes at every opportunity, and it's wearing the defense down.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Welcome back to Charlotte, the Duke Energy Center, the building in the foreground there. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
And through the first 2 quarters, he was extremely aggressive, picked up a number of steals.
Oh, well, you take some chances. Sometimes you can get burned, but you hope more often than not that you can be a catalyst for your team.
And for the Hornets, their shooting has been terrific, 54% on the game. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Hawks, Young and Bazemore team up in the backcourt. And it's Prince outside at the 3 with Collins down at the power forward. And it's Len in at the 5 roaming the paint. The Hornets have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
Miles Bridges.
One shot.
You know, what I love about Bridges is just the all-around game. He scores, rebounds, passes, and defends well, too. Just an exciting young prospect.
Now, here is Young. Bazemore on the wing. Shoots over Bridges. Bazemore misses. Hornets leading by 3. Lets it go from 14. And there's Bridges on the assist by Monk. Bridges has got 5 points now in the quarter. Prince outside. Back to Young. Hawks passing it around. Here's Bazemore. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Parker kicks to Hernangomez. He dishes it to Bridges. Kaminsky in the corner. Parker up top, guarded by Len. Parker passes to Bridges. Just 3 to shoot, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Parker.
And what a career it's been for Tony Parker. 4 titles to his name, a Finals MVP, 6-time All-Star. I mean, the accolades go on and on for what is truly one of the most impressive resumes you'll see in the NBA.
Good D by Parker.
Off target with what's what? Pretty good look from mid-range.
Here's Bridges. Kept alive by Charlotte. He kicks it to Monk. Over Collins. The shot by Monk is no good. The Hawks trail by 3. And for Tony Parker, will certainly go down as one of the greatest Spurs ever to put on a San Antonio uniform.
No doubt about it, Kevin. And it's strange to see him in any other uniform than a San Antonio Spurs. And he made a move in the offseason. And, you know, here's what he brings to this team. A lot of experience, championship pedigree, and a guy that I think could maybe help get this Hornets team over the hump.
Bridges kicks to Parker. Knocks down the 3 ball. Parker's got 9.
And that's a nice jump shot there by Parker. Caught it right in rhythm.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Wasted no time on that one.
Yeah, no, almost any player left that wide open is going to bury that shot. This is the league. That's poor defensive work.
The pass to Monk. To the inside. Young with the steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Bazemore. Finished off the break. Now just a 2-point Hornets lead.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
Now, here's Monk. 12 points for him.
Oh, he has to fight for that one. Doing the dirty work, getting after it on the glass.
And finished off by Collins.
And that's the advantage of having a lead guard who can both pass and shoot. Young draws attention, then takes advantage of a poor rotation defensively.
Here's Parker. He's got 9. Kicks to Monk. And he drops in the layup off the glass. He's got 14.
And how committed is Monk there on the attack to the rim? When he puts it on the deck, he's looking to take it all the way.
Young from outside. Hernangomez grabs the miss. Hernangomez has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Kaminsky the pass to Parker. Here's Monk. No good from outside. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor. The Hornets have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Monk kicks to Parker. Softly drops in the floater. Parker's got 11 points.
The soft floater from Parker is truly a wonderful thing to behold.
Young dishes to Prince. Bazemore on the wing. He's got 17. And good as it just snugs right down through the net. Charlotte has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Knocked away. Now, here's Monk. He's covered by Bazemore. Out to Parker. Just 4 to shoot. No good with the triple. Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Bazemore passes to Collins.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
I mean, truth is, if you play long enough, sometimes you're going to have a bad quarter, even a bad game. I doubt that this shakes his confidence.
They get it back. Len, and the layup's good off the glass. And the Hawks lead by 2.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Parker kicks to Monk. Pass to Hernangomez. Now, here's Monk, guarded closely. And the Hornets miss again.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there.
Bazemore with it. 19 points in the game. Young outside. Cans it from downtown.
I mean, logs his first 3 of the second half. After nailing 2 in the first, they don't want to let this fella get going.
Charlotte calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Yambo, he's checked in for Hernangomez. Zeller comes in for Kaminsky. Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Bridges. And it's Batum in for Monk. Now Anderson. Nicholas Batum missing from long range. Now Anderson. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And here's Young from the arc. That one, no good. Excellent D there from Parker. Kid Gilchrist against Anderson. Kid Gilchrist, no luck.
Not pretty,
You've just got to shake off a miss like that.
Passes it to Young.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I'd love to hear his explanation to coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
Now here's Parker after the miss from Trae Young. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. He's covered by Anderson. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
There's a lesson for you. Don't showboat. Tries to get fancy with the fadeaway, and it backfires.
To the inside. Carter kicks to Anderson. Young outside. Second chance shot. Drained for 2 points. Young's got the lead up to 7 now for the Hawks.
And just proving once again how reliable he is from there. Young is a fantastic scorer with just an impressive arsenal.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Fade away. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Atlanta leading by 7. Carter outside. Young against Parker. Outside, Batum. Pass to Kid Gilchrist. Over Anderson. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Kid Gilchrist has got his second bucket tonight. Atlanta's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Young finds Anderson. Kid Gilchrist comes with a double team. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Atlanta with the ball. The dish to Young. Knocks down the 3 ball.
He has them reeling. They haven't had an answer for him this quarter.
Hornets trail by 8. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Back to Kid Gilchrist. Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession. And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Bazemore.
Right now, after looking at that chart, you pretty much can just jog down the court. He gets it in the paint. That just time and time again, he's worked his way in close and made a shot over a defender or found another way to convert. Just great stuff coming from him thus far. And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Team ball. Great execution on offense. Everyone working together. You wish you could have that on every play.
Now here's Anderson. Dedmon. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Biyombo's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. And now it's just a 4-point Hawks lead. The Hawks shooting the ball at 42%. Parker against Young. And he gets the bucket.
Well, this is a different ball game without his scoring. He's been Mr. Reliable at the offensive end.
Here's the Hornets with the ball. Parker kicks to Kid Gilchrist. 58 seconds left in the third. And there's the rebound by Dedmon. The Hawks leading by 6. Anderson outside. Takes a 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Biyombo's got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside, Batum. Clock at 6. Good work defensively by Carter.
A hand right in his face on the layup. Excellent defense that time in the paint.
Biyombo with the block. And some room here for Batum. They grabbed their own miss.
An outstanding rebounder for a wing. Kid Gilchrist making his presence felt at the offensive end.
He got it!
Oh, wow.
It's
good. It's good. OMG. That's how you silence a crowd.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Hawks lead by 7. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA's headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just a beautiful pass.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. They lead by 7. Inside, Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo. Aiken is out there with Batum, and it's Kid Gilchrist in at the 3. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Good on the shot.
The defense has no answer for him right now.
And for the Hornets, they're shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. And Batum kicks to Kid Gilchrist. The pass to Zeller. From 17 feet out. And that one comes up a bit short. Herter. And again, it's Atlanta. Here's Kid Gilchrist. On the wing, Batum. We've played just over 1 minute here in the 4th quarter. Here's Bacon. Outside for Batum. The 11-footer, and the shot goes in.
Well, you know Batum is never afraid to fire. He has a ton of confidence in this shot.
Atlanta leading by 9. Young passes to Dedmon. Right wing. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Young inside. Defended by Batum to the wing right side. Here's Anderson. 2 points. That one goes. And the Hawks lead by 11.
And after a first half in which their offense shot under 40%, they've got the lead, and they should count themselves to be lucky.
And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Young against Batum. To the middle. It's tipped. Herter. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist. Kid Gilchrist has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. He kicks to Zeller. There's Bacon. Cans it from downtown.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
Anderson outside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Cody Zeller.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Kaminsky comes in for Zeller. Bridges, he's checked in for Michael Kidd Gilchrist. And Monks subbed in for Bacon. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Hornets trail by 9. To the paint, and stolen by Dedmon. Here's Bazemore. It's rebounded by Charlotte. And here is Monk. Outside for Batum. Pass to Monk. Puts up a three. The rebound by Prince.
It's only a matter of time until his three-point shot comes back to him. I mean, he knocked down 2 threes before halftime. Nothing so far here in the second.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Frank Kaminsky. That'll be his second foul of the game. Young's checked in for Atlanta.
Now in the lineup for the Hawks, Trey Young.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Collins kicks to Dedmon. Shot clock at 6. From 17 feet out. And an air ball on that one. Way off. Hornets trail by 9. Batum attacking for 3. And the basket by Kaminsky.
This guy is able to consistently knock down threes. Kaminsky is a tough cover on the perimeter, especially because if you close out too hard, he can counter by attacking you off the dribble.
Prince with it. Bridges covering. Prince kicks to Dedmon. Dishes it to Young. Out to the right wing. Here's Prince. No good on that one. And Charlotte will go the other way with it.
It's been a rough game for him, but it won't sting too bad as long as they hang on to the lead.
Goes up at the stripe. It's good. And the Hawks lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Batum.
Well, how about the clever handles of Batum? Putting the D on skates with his moves.
Young dishes to Prince. Over to the left wing. Young against Batum. And the call will be against Hernangomez. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal.
Charlotte on D. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Prince the pass to Bazemore. Shot clock at 6. Tries a 3.
And Kaminsky offers a ton of length, especially on D where he effectively alters shots.
Hornets trail by 4. Outside, Batum. Over Young. A shot by Batum, no good. And so Bazemore will bring it up for Atlanta. Down low, Bridges with the steal. Young against Batum. It's good. That's 8 baskets for him now. 8 for 15 shooting.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
And the way they've clamped down on D has been a big factor in this run.
Atlanta calls timeout. Tony Parker's checked in for Charlotte. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on Lloyd Pierce talking with his team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
His effort level is there. You can't blame him on that. He's working to get good shots. It's just not connected.
Here's Bridges. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Atlanta's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Bazemore. Count that bucket. Bazemore's got 10 points here in the second half.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Here's Monk. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. 16 points for Malik Monk.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Poked away. Parker looking over the floor to tie it up. It counts, and the foul. It goes on Taurean Prince.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Going to the line, Miles Bridges. Shooting one.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Hawks have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Collins kicks to Young. And Parker comes with the help. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. So it's the Hornets now. And here's Charlotte. They're on a 17-5 run. Passes it to Monk. Out to the wing. Now here's Kaminsky. He's guarded by Collins. The 11-footer. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Young finds Bazemore. The Hawks working the ball around. Ball's knocked loose. Bridges with the steal. Inside, Kaminsky, and finished off by Kaminsky.
He doesn't have the big vertical or the long arms, but Kaminsky's sheer height makes him a threat to throw it down.
Here's Bazemore, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses. Hornets leading by 3. A floater, and Bridges finishes it off. Bridges has got 5 points now this quarter.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
And Young kicks to Prince. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Look, that matches his 3-point total from the first half. He had 1 in the first, now he's got 1 in the second.
Pass to Monk. Puts up a 3. Rebound, Atlanta. Now here's Bazemore.
That's his first personal foul at the line. Cam Bazemore. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
A free throw dropped for Bazemore. That one misses. Charlotte has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. And the pass to Bridges. Parker against Young. Parker outside. Just 5 on the clock. And the rejection by Collins. Young outside. The shot from the low post is good. Young's got 4 this quarter.
Game tightening up, no problem. Put the ball in Young's hand and let the young fella go to work.
Parker kicks to Monk. A stupendous finish in traffic. And the Hornets lead by 1.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Young against Parker.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, I agree. Anytime you crack the 20 mark in rebounds, it's a special night.
Bridges kicks to Parker. Young with the steal. Count it. Young's got 39.
And the work ethic coming into play there. I like how Young can just focus on the task at hand.
Parker with it. And Young picks him up defensively. Monk, the pass to Kaminsky. Shoots over Bazemore. Kaminsky misses. And so Bazemore will bring it up for Atlanta. It's a one-point game. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Gentlemen, two shots. Roof shots.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. And the Hornets making a change here. Batum's checked in. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Okay, nice there. He does not waste those opportunities. Just what they needed with this game still in doubt.
Now, here's Monk. D right on him. Collins grabs the miss. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Prince dishes to Dedmon. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Collins, good.
You know, such a selfless player. I love how Young stays consistent in how he involves his teammates.
Now, here's Monk. He's covered by Bazemore. Monk kicks to Kaminsky. Pass to Parker. Shot clock reset for Charlotte.
He made quite a few of these in college. Kaminsky, a clutch shooter when it matters most.
That's his second personal foul. Going to the line, Kaminsky.
Shooting one.
And the free throw, no good.
Look, he's one of those rare bigs who can score from anywhere. Kaminsky hasn't been as good of a free throw shooter as one might expect.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Yeah, but you have to control the pace. You have to keep it up, keep the tempo. That's how they built this lead.
Charlotte calls timeout. They're down by 5. There's 39 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
And they need to use as little time as possible here. If they can get a bucket before the clock hits 24 seconds, they can try for a stop on the next possession. If there's less than 24, then they'll have to foul.
Young against Parker. "24 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. In the corner, it's Monk. But they get it back. It's good! What a beautiful shot to bring them to within 3.
And really, Batum just finds a way to knock down these clutch shots. His poise is simply incredible.
And now they foul and stop the clock.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he ends up making the second, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Charlotte calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
Well, do you go with your rhythm? You have to decide, do you run something new, something that's been working, something they haven't seen?
15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. No good on the quick 3. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Shooting for Atlanta, Torian Prince. 2 shots.
2 shots.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, they can breathe easy now thanks to those free throws. They won't have to sweat this one out.
Kaminsky, the pass to Batum. Parker kicks to Monk. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
Atlanta ball.
And so it's Atlanta with the W. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. So long, everyone.